What's going on, everybody? My name's Corey, for those that don't know me. And what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be taking you on a tour around my warehouse, kind of giving you the ins and outs of how I started my business. I have a party rental company focusing on inflatables, tables, chairs, tents, concessions, and games. So I want to let you all know how I started. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, all the stuff you want to know about entrepreneurship. I'm going to give you all just a brief tour of the office. In the previous video, you saw I had a TV in here. So I have a TV mounted so that the way it is when you do party rentals, you may deliver in the morning and then sometimes you have a break that lasts longer than an hour. So I've got streaming channels in here. I've got the PlayStation in here. So, if you got 3 or 4 guys in here, it can make it a fun working environment. This is sort of where I work to take the reservations. Eventually, we're probably going to allow customer pickup, and then I'll make a few changes for this. But right now, this is sort of where I work. All right, so I'm going to give you a full tour of the warehouse, but I'm just going to kind of point out a couple things to you while I'm standing here. First of all, when I started this business, I started the business out of my garage. So I bought a couple of inflatables, I bought a trailer, and I had an SUV that I used to pull it around. And over the years, I outgrew my garage, and then I moved to a storage unit, which was called a contractor's unit. So it had power, and had higher ceilings, and it was larger than your average storage unit. And then I had to get a second storage unit. And one thing about business is you don't want to start taking on more expenses than you need. So I really waited until I was about to bust out the seams to go to this warehouse. This warehouse is about 3,000 square feet. All 3,000 square feet really isn't usable for what I have. So for example, the office takes up part of it. I'll show you later that there's an upstairs that I can use for storage, but I can't use it for storage for my inflatables because obviously they're too heavy to get up the stairs. So if you take a look behind you, I didn't clean it up. I didn't try to make it look nice and pretty. This is what the warehouse looks like when it's in action. Guys just came and dropped some stuff off, and they'll be working till about 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. And then when they're done, we'll load up the trailer for tomorrow morning. In this business, a lot of your work is on the weekends. I would say probably 95% of your work is on the weekend. You do have some stuff during the week, like during graduations, field days for schools, but the overwhelming majority of the business comes on the weekend. So right now, if I didn't have so many inflatables out, you would see these walls filled, and some of them are stacked too deep. There's a wall that you can't see that I'll show you on another video where I keep my water slides. Got pools over there, generators over there. During the week, we come clean up and straighten up, but when you're in here working, sometimes it's just too hard to move that stuff. You're on the go. So I'm so happy that I got this warehouse. I've only been in here about a year or a little less than a year, and it's made a huge difference. I've been able to hire a lot more employees. When you've got like a legitimate place of business with a bathroom, a break room, a place where they can park, all of that, that was a challenge as I was growing my business. When I was at my house, having people that I hired that I didn't know have to come to my house to get the equipment, or meeting at the trailer. And to be honest, when we had, I said trailer, I meant storage. When at the storage, you didn't have a bathroom. So, guys having to go around the building and pee outside. All of those things are just growing pains that happen as you grow your business. But the reality is that's what you have to go through to get to that next level. So this is the upstairs area that I was telling you about. There's plenty of space up there. So I've got some tents up there. I've got a couple things up there. But essentially, I've got things up there that can be carried. I can't imagine me trying to get that 400-pound rock climbing wall up there. I can't get that type of stuff up there. Eventually, as I add shelves, I might do stuff like chafing dishes and linen and things like that. But ultimately, the goal in here is to have pallet racking, because if you think about it, when you're running a business, you're always going to outgrow your building, but you want to be busting at the seams before you move. So if you've got all this hot space up there, then what you do is you take an investment and you get pallet racking. So instead of having those 3 right there, I can have 9 in that same amount of space, and you just use a forklift. So that's the next step. It looks, fairly empty in here because it's Saturday and we had a lot of deliveries, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's full on another day.